Today we're revisiting the floppy disk drive, but this time I'm using a Linux box and Windows 11. This is what's next. Well, before I return the portable floppy disk drive, it was brought to my attention by two comments that I didn't test this on a Linux system, nor did I test it on a Windows 11 system. My bad. So today we're going to rectify that by testing this floppy drive on these devices. Unfortunately, neither one of these systems have USB-C, so that I'm not going to be able to test. However, I will be able to test the USB-A connection, and we'll see if these devices will accept a floppy disk from here. But first, I'm going to put some pictures on this disk. Well, in a previous video, I did a review on the digital Mavica MVC FD7. This is the Sony camera that used a floppy disk. So we're going to go ahead and get this opened, and we're going to put that in there. And it's doing the disk access. It says no file because we haven't taken a picture yet. So just to show you how this works, let's get back to the camera. Should be able to see that right there. Oh, there's my first picture. I think that worked. There we go. Now we're recording. Hey, actually the lithium battery still works. It's showing the proper date. And there is the sound of that floppy. All right. So let me take a couple more pictures. And wouldn't you know it, when I fly by the seat of my pants, my Linux system does not like this camera. It flickers way too bad, so I'm trying to install something right now. We'll get back to that in a second. But in the meantime, we have our camera pictures right here. So we're going to go ahead and open that. And there is our floppy. And I misspoke at the beginning. This particular PC does have Type-C. So we are going to use the Type-C connection with this floppy. We're going to insert the floppy first. As per the instructions, we get this connected up, and we're going to see if this actually works better. Oh, there we go. We do have the floppy is running. So let's see here. We have a Windows 11 system. So if I go to this PC, I see a floppy drive. And then there it is. There's my pictures. Let's view these as extra large icons. So it's defaulting to Photoshop. There they go. There's all my images. Let's go ahead and double click this one. We're going to say open that with Photos. And then there you go. We have a floppy disk drive is working with this particular unit. Now, let me eject this, and we're going to try the USB-A connection and see if that works. All right, same thing again. That is now in the drive, and we're going to connect this up through the USB-A port, which is upside down. Drive is working. There's our floppy drive. Open that up. There are our images. Now, for the person who commented about not getting Windows 11 to see a floppy drive, I did nothing. I plugged this in. I didn't even see any drivers get loaded. Basically, this worked out of the box. So I'm not certain what your issue might be, but just know that at least this device worked both with USB-A and the USB-C connection. So, hey, that's a little bit better than the first video I did. Now, let me see if I can ever get this Linux system up and running, and we'll try getting this connected to that and see if that works. All right, that laptop is taking way too long. We're going to use the Linux Mint that is on this Mac Mini. We're going to get this all connected up. All right, let me get it plugged in and boot it up. There we go, Linux Mint running on a Mac Mini. Going to do the same steps. We're going to install the disk first, then we are going to plug it in. I hear the drive working. We're going to go to Files. Let's see if we can find, there it is. Oh, there it is. It's loading. Ugh. 49 security updates and 55 software updates. Probably should get those going. There we go. We'll do that later. We have images. Let's go ahead and open up that same image. And there we go. We have a floppy disk working in at least a fairly recent Linux Mint on this Mac Mini. What a hodgepodge of stuff, wouldn't you say? Anyways, it's running. That's all that counts. What are the takeaways? First off, why did we get 1,000 people buying this thing, last week? I think it's changed since, and now it's just 500. But again, if you look at all the USB drives that are on there, they're all like 100, 200, 500. Anyway, the point being is that if you have a need for this, this might be a option for you. However, just know that the build on this it's okay. Again, I would still say that iMation drive that I have stored all the way back here, there it is, that one there. This one's, still in good shape. Much, much better than what we saw last week on there. But anyways, I did want to answer those two questions. I need to do better at including both Linux and Windows systems when I'm doing reviews like this. So that is my look at this, my second look at the USB drive on these other two devices. Just know that it works. No drivers needed. It just worked out of the box, at least for me. If you're still having problems, maybe you can post a comment. Let us all know and see if we can help you out as a community. That's all that I have today. If you like what you saw, thought it was informative, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I'll have, and then a subscribe button. I'll provide a link again for this device down below in the description. In the meantime, you can watch one of my videos either here or here. And until next time, I'll see you again. Actually, physically. See you again for another episode of Hey, What's Next?